They're both dynamic players and they do complement each other. Not only their running between the wickets is a benchmark really for the tournament. Their power hitting, particularly Johnny Bairstow today, was quite phenomenal. Ended up just short of 100. If anyone deserved 100 today, it was Johnny Bairstow. So, the Kings 11 had to deal with the very best of the partnership of Warner-Bairstow.
Bairstow did all the power hitting. Not that Warner played slowly today. When one of them is taking charge, the other doesn't really take a back seat, but still lets that guy play. Running between wickets is incredible. So it's never that they are off strike for too long, and it's not a surprise at how well they are playing. And as soon as they play well, makes such a big difference to SRH.
What people do forget a lot with Rashid Khan is that he generally bowls the majority of the balls that he's got allocated to the best opposition players. So he doesn't tend to really get too many easy overs where he can pick up, a few wickets here and there. So he's always under pressure to deliver against the opposition's best. And he's always under pressure to take wickets. And he seems to be doing both of those things very, very well.
Yeah, he's bowled really well throughout this tournament. Teams have approached his 4 overs a little bit differently, trying not to give him too many wickets. But today was the day where, as soon as you don't pick him or you're slightly fractionally late to read what's happening from his hand, he will pick up wickets. And eventually that Pooran wicket, which if they had a slight hope, Kings 11 snuffed that out. So brilliant performance again.
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you see a player like a Nicholas Pooran in the form that he's in, just being left stranded like he was. I suppose it just highlights the lack of confidence that the Kings 11 have we're talking about the batting at the moment. They've got the lack of confidence in their bowling as well, but with their batting, and it just required someone to just navigate those last six or seven overs with Nicholas Pooran. You just never know. He has that capability to finish games in a quite a brutal fashion. He'd hit 7 sixes. I'm sure he had another 7 in him.
It's a real shame that when you have someone like that in your lineup, you should be winning more games. He's a special player, and he's growing in stature every time he now bats in the IPL. Started with a couple of ducks, but since then, you can see what a special talent that he is. Can win games. Very few guys have ability to come up the order and win games on their own, and he's certainly one of them.
It just highlights how important the fielding is, and really that they are wicket takers. And Priyam Garg showed that that he was engaged in the game. He was up for any opportunity that came his way, and he swooped on that beautifully. He only had the one stump because of the angle that he was coming in from cover to throw at, and it was spot on. We've seen a lot of misses, not only in this game but throughout the tournament so far. So maybe this is a start of many, many direct hits.
Maxwell's not come off, obviously, but and that almost epitomizes what's happening with him at the moment. When things are not going for like they are for Maxwell, incredible piece of fielding, just one stump to aim at under pressure, and Priyam Garg does that. So those are the things that always change the game, and it was a crucial stage of the game, because a little bit more, a little longer, if Maxwell had batted, Kings 11 might have had a chance.
Yeah, look, it is frustrating, but this trend of their changes in their makeup, their playing 11 is it started very early in the tournament, from the first game. So, one thing that that has been the successful recipe for CSK over many, many years in the history of the IPL has been their stability around their selection. And what we've seen with Kings 11 is the polar opposite situation, and it just creates a little bit of uncertainty with regards to whether you belong in the playing 11 or you're not, and also with regards to what role you're playing within that playing 11. Are you batting 3, 4 or 5? Are you taking the new ball in the power play overs? Are you bowling death overs? And I think there's a lot of confusion, or appears to be a lot of confusion around that playing group at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad 11 that they picked. Okay, you could argue that batting was really the top six, but they're good six batters who can get the job done on the day. It's just performances are not coming, and at the moment it's a circle. You don't win, you try and make changes to find the 11, and because you keep making changes, players don't feel secure enough in their place. So it's a tough one for them. They need to start getting some wins so that there is some continuity in that 11, which at the moment they're struggling to. But the performances haven't been great from the guys who are playing. So sometimes I'm sure it makes it very difficult for the team management as well.